What's up, YouTube? It's the kid RADbeezy, and you're tuning in to Rada Cool TV. Gang, gang. Today's video is titled, Do Modern Women Receive Good Advice? Let's dive in.
On being catered to. I'm a woman who used to desire those type of men. I don't really desire them that much because I don't want to fulfill what they desire. And one of the things you mentioned it the other night is you got to share that man. A lot of times that man, if he makes $400,000 or more, he may have another woman. And I know I cannot deal with that. So I think a lot of women sometimes say they want these men, but they've never dated it because if they had, they wouldn't be just focusing on the money. There's a lot of women that have men with money, but they're not always happy either.
Well, okay, so the follow-up question to that would be, that's the kind of man you would like to have, you just don't like that aspect of it.
Well, I would say this. I'm 41, right? So when I listen to the women, when I was in the 30s, when I had the girls from up here, they remind me of myself because I was like, he got to have a lot of money. He got to take care of all the bills. That's what I was on, and I run in those circles. But what I've learned is a lot of those men just couldn't be faithful. So then I learned, well, that's my deal breaker. Faithfulness is my deal breaker. So I've been blessed.
So the question I have then is, because I hear what you're saying, but then I also that sounds good.
Okay.
Because you 41 years old, married, any kids?
Nope, I froze my eggs though, so I got a safety net just in case.
So you're accustomed to a certain standard of life.
This is true.
And if a man is making the median of what a black man is making, $42,500, he can't afford your standard of life.
So is that my problem?
It's the reality of the world. See, what happens far too often, especially in our community, is black women wait too long to get married. You wait till you're too old. You wait till you have too much experience, and your experience and your income is going up, and that is inversely proportional to your sexual marketplace value.
So can I speak to that?
So let me finish making the example because I hear women come on and say, you know what, that high value thing, I really don't want that because I don't want to have to share him. All right, but then are you going to be able to look at a man making $45,000 a year and respect him to the same level that a high value man would be respected?
I would respect a man who's hardworking, and as long as he doesn't try to minimize me in any way. Now, that's the biggest thing. If he's okay with me being my full self.
You didn't answer whether or not you respect him to the same level you respect the high value man.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to say yes, only because I'm going to tell you this. I've dated high value men. I've dated the men with the Rolls Royces and all the cars and all the glitz and glamour. And they always thought because they had the cars and the glitz and glamour that you got to bow down to them. And
I get it, but I'm talking about the man who's working at the post office.
I would say, now, I'm going to tell you my requirements. I want you to be attractive. So if you're a guy that's working at the post office and you're attractive and you...
Hold on, let me time out. Why do you want to be attractive?
I can't have nothing.
No, let me explain. See, this is what's so wrong for so many of our women. You're supposed to be the attractive one, not us. Okay. Black women today have atavistic mating standards, very primitive, meaning I want you to look good. So he can make $40,000 a year as long as he look good.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he can make $40,000 a year. I'm not.
That's what most black men make, $42,500.
Okay, so Kevin, so are you saying in your perspective that it's over for me? Then I don't have.
No, it's not. No, what I'm saying is your price is too high.
How is my price too high?
Okay. Well, first of all,
lady, how you don't even know your freaking price? I'm confused with all this pandering that you're doing right now. First thing, all right, you're 41, beautiful. We'll say that, drop dead gorgeous. However, you want a high value man. You say faithfulness is a deal breaker. Okay, that's fine. You can have a deal breaker, but you don't sound like you want a man to have any deal breakers. Well, what he wants or doesn't want. Because why? He keep giving you the example. Would you respect that average man, that post office, the postman, the truck driver, the teacher, would you respect that average man in the same way as you respect that high value man that you say, oh, they just want to cheat, well, they just want to control you? No, it sounds like you want the control. Because why? How do I know you want the control? Because when he gave you the example of the middle class man, you said, well, I can respect him as long as he doesn't take me from my high position. As long as he doesn't, disrespect me. As long as he allows me to be me. And we all know what that is. That's your way of saying you're not going to respect this man. And you will have a certain level of respect for him if he allows you to continuously belittle him and disrespect him. That's what it sounds like. And then you got the nerve to say, oh, I can't have anything because you want to look good. You still can't even answer it with a simple yes or no because you know you won't. That's why you keep adding all these concessions to it. All these rare exceptions. Oh man, if he's fine, he got a six pack and he the postman. Yeah, I may be able to. Dang, Kev, I can't have nothing. You just said you didn't want the dude to have money because he may be unfaithful or because he may expect something of you and you take that as something that you have to bow down to. And only because he's respectful enough and respected enough by his peers and others in the community that high value man is, that you should in turn respect him. But you feel that it's some type of control complex. And I'm not saying high value men don't try to control women or other people around them, but I'm saying so many women make that blanketed statement. Like that's speaking to all high value men. And that's not like they can't expect things after they reach this high position. Let's dive back in. Let's go.
You asked me, and I'm going to. You're 41 and unmarried.
Right?
You're freezing egg.
By choice.
Yeah, that's no.
Well, no, I can say that. I was once engaged when I was in college. No. I just got out of.
See, this is what I mean. The engagement queens, you can't make this shit up.
No, I'm not. Listen, wait,
don't overtalk me. No, I'm not. I said if we could start giving black women credit for engagements, you act like that shit matters. I'm not married, but I'm not by choice. Unless you're turning away proposals of men of value and esteem, it doesn't matter. Y'all talk about y'all are unmarried when ain't nobody that you want to marry trying to marry you.
Kevin, can I speak to that?
No, because I haven't got to my point. You asked me why is it over for me? That's what you asked.
But I want us to say one thing, okay?
Let me get to my point, dude. Let me get.
Okay.
I didn't even. This is why it's over for a lot of sisters too. Look, you can be right all you want to. Men control access to marriage. And one of the major reasons that older women are getting passed over for younger women is you're too masculine. You're too bossy. You're too opinionated. That works well in the corporate world when you're making other people successful and rich and fine, but it does not work well when you're trying to connect with a man. Why is it over for many women your age? One, because your income has risen. And females have evolved. Evolutionary biology says women want men to have at least what they have. The older you get, the more money you make, the more education you have, the more resources you get, thereby inflating your estimation of yourself. But that estimation is not your sexual marketplace value. It is going down.
Can I respond? I want to be respectful because it's your platform.
Go ahead, but do you understand that example I just gave? The inverse proportional relationship.
I understand, but can I speak now? Because I'm being respectful. This is your platform, so I definitely want to honor your rules. I just got out of a relationship in January, and I could be married right now if that was my goal. But I would rather be happy than just married to say I have a husband. And I don't think that should be looked down upon. I don't think that's my honest truth. You could, feel away, but that's an honest truth. I was in a relationship that he wanted me.
How long were you in it?
We were together since last year, 8 months.
Okay.
And he was ready to be married very soon, very early.
Lady, that doesn't make sense. What you're saying doesn't make sense. You don't want to hold yourself accountable to your own freaking truth. He just said, your response to him after he said all that, you wasn't listening. If you was, you wouldn't give that a response. Because he just said the men that you want to marry you aren't trying to marry you. So when you say this, but I'm not married by choice, he's saying the men that you want to marry you aren't trying to marry you. So when you give an example of a man that you don't want to marry, it's not any validation that you're married by choice. You're proving his point that men that you don't want to marry you is trying to ask your hand in marriage. Listen, that's the problem. You're calling in to seek answers, but you feel that you already have them. That's the problem. Your mentality is screwed up, lady. Edges are beat, though. Edges are beat. Let's continue.
And I don't want to be married just to be married. I'm not going to live with fear and say, oh, okay.
So do you want to be married?
Huh?
Do you want to be married?
Excuse me?
Do you want to be married?
I want to be happily married. If I get married, it's going to be because...
Do you want to be married?
Oh, did he want to be married? Yes.
Do you want to be married?
I would be married to if it makes sense. I'm not going to be married just to be married. And I don't feel like that.
Okay, all right. So, again, I've asked you, do you want to be happily married? And are you going to be married? I want to be happily married. Ma'am, I'm going to be honest. I don't care about your happiness. I don't care about your love. Marriage is a practical choice. And you can make all these things you want, ma'am. And yes, you're 41, but you're going to be 50, just like that.
I know, I will be.
So, the question becomes, if you want to be married, I mean, let's be real. You're freezing your eggs for a reason. Why?
I did. Because I didn't want the pressure to just go out and get pregnant because of my age and my clock. Men have that.
Who's going to carry the baby?
I mean, if I can't carry the baby, then I'll get a surrogate. I mean, it happens.
So again, but in order for all that to happen, you have to have a man that you deem worthy propose to you.
Okay, and
Hold on.
Okay.
That man, if he can meet your high standard, he can meet a lot of other women's standard as well. And here's the problem. There are hundreds of you, thousands of you. Why should he pick you over the one that can carry her own babies at 24 or 25 or 26, who are willing to get on his program, who don't have as many expectations as a woman your age?
Well, listen, this is what I would say. If he feels the way that you're feeling, then he's not the man for me, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah, that's almost that passive aggressive sign language.
Can I ask you a question? Do you want me to feel okay? Do you?
That passive aggressive sign language, that whole if he's not the man for you, that's I don't play that Tyler Perry Christian crap. That's not it. I don't do that over here. You can do that over there, but I don't do that over here.
Okay, Kevin, I'm being respectful. I really am. I'm trying to figure out.
You don't have to be respectful. Here's the thing. You being respectful is what you're supposed to do. You're not doing me a favor.
Okay, I wanted to have a conversation. I'm hoping we can have a conversation. So I guess am I at the ability to ask you a question? Is that fine?
It's about the topic, sure.
Okay, so what do you want me to accept? Because I
want you to accept your sexual marketplace value.
Okay, so what does that equal to? So what are you saying that I need to accept?
Okay, what a sexual marketplace value of a 41-year-old woman is lower than a 31-year-old woman.
Okay.
It's lower than a 21-year-old woman. Because if a man wants to have multiple children, he cannot have them with you carrying them.
Okay. That's true, and I don't want to have multiple children. So
I said if a man wants to have multiple children, I don't care. See, you keep going back to what you want. You control access to your body, and for a time frame, women control access to whether or not kids are born. But see, what older women, especially accomplished women, have a hard time accepting is your value has a shelf life. After 35, you're a geriatric pregnancy. If you met a man that you found that you thought was the bee's knees and he wanted 3 children, you can't carry them.
Okay, but Kevin, I would say this, right? Can I just say that?
Is that true?
I agree with you. I'm not.
So he would have to forego having the children in his legacy, or he'd have to go find someone who could.
Or it could be a man that might already have children and doesn't want children.
Not my example. That's not my example.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This lady is trying to find every rare exception in the rule. Young ladies, young men, please avoid women like this. Young ladies, here's how you become 40 and single. And she doesn't even, she had a man that's looking to marry her. And here's what I don't understand. If you feel there wasn't a man you wanted to be with, why was you gonna be with this man for 8 months or a year and be proud of it? But that's not what you want. But men wanting me, like stop it. Stop it. And when the man that you say you want, and when you hear the things that he desires in a woman, your answer can be, well, Kev, if the man feels like you feel, then it's not the man for me. Lady, you're 41. And you don't want to date him. You don't want to deal with the concessions that come that the high value man wants in a woman, the characteristics he wants in a woman. You don't want to be those things. And you don't want to respect a middle class man. So what do you want? And obviously you out here playing with your own feelings and men's feelings, because why? From your example, you didn't want to just be married to be married. You didn't want to get married to the man who you've been dating, who proposed to you. Obviously, he wasn't up to your standard, and you didn't find that out when he proposed. You probably knew that the whole time. So you out here just playing around. You're not even intentionally trying to get what you say you desire. So you keep saying, oh, what am I supposed to have, Kevin? You getting what you have. You getting what you want. Nothing. If you wanted it, you would do certain things. You're too smart. You speak too well not to know that. So you deliberately not trying to do it. And you deliberately not listen over and over again. And you deliberately keep thinking, how can women outnumber men but be so picky about the men that's available for them? You keep throwing us back, it's not gonna be nothing left for you, Mom. So you done threw back 2 people who engaged to you in your lifetime. And from your standards, it's saying it's people who didn't meet your standards. You 41. Probability says this mythical figure that you're looking for is not about to come. But just like many women, she has a rare exception to everything. And just like many women, they believe they are the rare exception to everything. But the vast majority shows that that is not the case.